Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Byrd. I am a 50 plus sewist. Colorful clothing is my jam, and I sew everything from swimwear to lined coats. I love fur coats, leather coats, leather pants, dresses, loungewear, sleepwear, and everything in between. I have only been sewing for about 3 years. I got into it around during COVID time, and it has just become an amazing journey for me. So today I am here to share with you everything. Well, I'm not going to say everything, but my journey as it relates to upcycling. So I got into upcycling last year, and it happened because my husband had a couple pair of denim pants that he no longer wanted. He no longer wore them. Usually what we do, probably once a month, we gather up a big bag of shoes and clothing and we take it over to the Goodwill, which I think is an amazing thing to do, to donate things that you no longer use. I never put unused clothing in the garbage unless they're in such a state that they can never be used again. With my husband's denim jeans, I have been wanting to upcycle for a very long time. So what I did with his jeans was I made it into a maxi skirt. But before I get into the upcycling projects that I worked on, and I'm going to walk you through each one and share with you my tips. Upcycling is, one, it's fun. Two, it is incredibly satisfying. And three, many of our unwanted garments, tons and tons and tons of clothing end up in the landfill. And guys, they don't break down. They stay there forever, especially when you're talking about synthetic fibers. So upcycling is a very earth-friendly, it is a great thing to do, and it just feels so incredibly good when you take something that was destined for the dump or Goodwill and you make it into something that's new and trendy and funky. So upcycling is a fabulous thing to do. I have a couple tips about upcycling, but first, let me get you excited about upcycling and share with you some of the projects that I've made. And it is a couple different projects, couple different things, some things more beginner friendly than others, and all of it can be beginner friendly depending upon what you decide to do. So let's dive into my upcycle projects. So let's see. I'm going to start with the very first one. This is my very first upcycling project. These are a pair of my husband's jeans. It's actually 2 pair of jeans that I used. I'm curvy. I was able to fit his waist with very little modification. The modification, I wear a belt with these jeans. I took his jeans and for the most part, I kept them intact. What I did was I went down the inseam, and let me get a little closer. I went very close to the existing stitches, and I kind of went in there very close and very carefully, not to kind of break it up too much. I want to maximize as much of the denim fabric as I can. I wanted this open vibe in the beginning, so I have this really neat slit, and the slit starts right above the knee, which for me is incredible. It works perfectly because when I'm walking, I want my knees to be free so that I can just walk without any kind of obstruction. So if you don't want this open V in the front, you can always fill that in with scrap denim. On the back, I maintained the back of his denim jeans, which I really love. But in the back, I didn't want that openness. So let me get a little bit closer. So guys, can you see that? What I did was I used the second pair of his jeans, and I pieced together basically, this is in the sewing world, this would basically be a dart that I've created, and I filled it in. So what I did was I filled that in to a level of comfort in the back with the additional denim. The denim doesn't match perfectly, and that I love. I think it's part of the creative process. It's part of what makes this a really special denim maxi skirt. And maxi skirt, guys, are in season. They are trendy. They are on trend. You can wear these all year long. I can wear it in the summer with a crop top. I can wear it in the winter with a turtleneck, a sweater, a hoodie, whatever. But I did some other really neat things with the denim pants. So with the other pair of jeans, the back pocket, I put that on the side because I wanted to add a couple more little features. And if you can see the bottom of the jeans, let me fold this so you can get a little closer to it. The other waistband on my husband's jeans, I cut it off carefully and I made it the hem of these denim pants. I kept the belt loops. I even kept the tag because I think it just adds to the fun and making it totally yours. So this was my very first upcycling project. I really love the way that it turned out. I wear this a lot. Now remember, these are 2 pair of denim pants, so it gets to be a little bit heavy, but it's an amazing outfit to wear. And it's heavy because it's heavy men's denim. I wore this for the first time to my son's concert here in Baltimore at Center Stage. I got so many compliments and it felt incredibly great to share with people that 1, I made the skirt, 2, that the skirt was made from 2 pair of my husband's denim jeans, and 3, it's an upcycle project and I made it myself, right? So super, super neat. You don't need a pattern. I think this is truly beginner friendly. I actually have dropped some shorts on my channel that you can get a closer look of the process. So that's the first project that I worked on. I'm going to sit that off to the side. In the same time frame, I also had a couple scraps left from the denim pants. So I decided, why not make a matching purse to wear to my son's concert? So I just made a crossbody purse, and you can do whatever you want with it. I like mine to kind of be this long. I like to be hands-free when I'm moving and walking about, talking to people. I don't like to have to hold my purse. So a crossbody always really speaks to me. So let's get into the details. So with the crossbody, I just created a strap, the length and the width that suited me. I folded in the edges and I just sewed along the edge and created the strap. The pocket, guys. So this front pocket is, it comes from 1 pair of my husband's denim pants. I cut it out carefully and I made this the front pocket. This is perfectly sized and for my cell phone. So when I'm out and about, I stick my cell phone down. This little coin pocket, who uses a coin pocket? Well, in an upcycle, it worked perfectly because the coin pocket and this front pocket is perfect for my cell phone. It's perfect for me to grab my lip balm or lipstick and not ever have to open up my bag. So on the inside, and remember, I was doing this very quickly because the concert was like the next day and I was like, what am I gonna do? So I just put a magnetic clip on the inside. These are super easy to install, very easy, beginner friendly. By the way, all of the little gadgets, notions, and tools that I use, I'm gonna drop the link below. And you can follow it. It's an Amazon affiliate link. When you go to my store, you'll find all of the things that I love and that I use with this particular project. So on the inside, there's plenty of space. I can drop a water bottle, but you know, being safe and keeping your driver's license, your credit card, and your cash safe is important and smart. So what I did was on the inside, I created a zippered pocket. And I'm actually going to turn this inside out because I want you guys to see this. There are no visible seams because I encased them on the inside. As you can see, I had very little fabric, so I pieced together pieces of fabric to make the interior of the purse. And this is the little zippered pocket that I put on the inside. Really easy. And I added this cute little lining on the inside, which is fabric from Joann's. I think it's a Henry Alexander fabric. It's very popular. If you find it, grab as much of it as you can because it's super popular. And it's perfect. So I installed this pocket as kind of like as a welt zippered pocket, but you don't have to do that. You can make it a lot simpler. You can totally skip the zipper and keep it very friendly. Beginner friendly. So I had this to wear. And it is really completely reversible. So if you want that zipper on the outside, you can. So that is my crossbody zippered purse, and I think she is super, super cute and goes nicely with my skirt. So those were my first two projects. I fell in love with the whole process. So let me tell you about my third project. So there was a contest, or a challenge, I should say, going on Instagram. And it was basically Sew Your View, and it was to sew up Handmade Millennials Know Me pattern. And this is Know Me pattern ME2058. So I thought to myself, I don't really have any of the heavy fabric here in my stash. I didn't want to run out to buy anything. I started thinking about, okay, Byrd, what do you have in the house that you're not using? And then I remembered that on one of my guest beds, I had a blanket that I've had out for a couple years because with COVID, nobody was visiting anyway. And it is this coral colored blanket. It's very thick. It's very durable. It's very bright. So in the middle of the winter, you want something that's bright and exciting. So this is what I did. I used this. I laid out the blanket, pieced out all of the pattern pieces to a place that made sense for me, because you can see there are a lot of different pieces here, or a lot of different individual pieces that you can do different types of color blocking. So instead of color blocking, I kind of did pattern blocking. And so that's what I've done here. I did add, and that's part of the pattern, these welt pockets. And I love that the pockets are right where you need them. I'm not a fan of pockets like this on your coat pocket, because that's just not the way it works for me. I also like that the pockets are slightly in front of the side seam, because who wants to be reaching back here trying to find the pocket? So this actually works out perfectly for me. It's a super warm coat. I like to wear this maybe with a white sweater, white hoodie, pair of jeans, because the coat says it all. The coat is popping, y'all. It is popping. But the thing about me is I love color, and I am not afraid of color. Look at the inside of that jacket. So I had this in my stash. It was gifted to me by Minerva when I went to one of their events, and it worked and worked out perfectly. So this is my upcycled coat. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. Yes. You can tell how happy I am about the fit, about the way that I was able to turn something out that absolutely probably would have ended up in the landfill. And now, y'all, I'm wearing this to go grocery shopping, out to happy hour with friends. And people are like, where'd you get that coat? So I love it. Now the coat, I actually chose to use snaps, because it's a lot of, there's a lot of fabric here. And I think the snaps worked out really, really well. So that is my upcycled coat. Look at my little label, if you can see that. It's the smallest things that matter to me. It says Mini Boss, and I purchased these labels from, it'll come back to me in a moment. I have it listed on my Instagram, but at Juno Designs, and they're very inexpensive. And I just love the little logos that are on that. And Mini Boss to me speaks to me as it relates to this jacket. So fully lined. I think it came out super great. Really love that. Okay. I have two more very, very, very exciting projects to share with you. So the next project that I upcycled, I was traveling to Seattle to see my son again perform in Seattle. So I decided to make a mini skirt. So with the mini skirt, this time I'd already run out of, I can't take all my husband's jeans. She's like, oh my gosh, I forgot another upcycle. I took one of his shirts, guys, and made it into a crop shirt. I forgot about that one. But anyway, back to this amazing skirt. So I ran out of jeans. Instead of going to the Goodwill and sourcing the denim jeans from there, in my neighborhood, we have a internal private Facebook group, and I just posted, I'm doing an upcycling project. If you happen to have denim jeans that you are no longer interested in, I'd be happy to take them off your hand. I had several neighbors reach out to me and gifted their denim jeans. So I have another whole stack that I can work on for my next project. So this particular time, I decided to use all denim that has a little bit of stretch. Why? Because your girl is curvy, right? And I wanted a mini skirt, but I wanted this mini skirt to move with me. I wanted to feel comfortable when I was sitting, when I was dancing. So I wanted a little bit of stretch in this particular project. This one I really love. I use different kinds of denim. You can see kind of the marbled look. And notice even the distressed portions of the denim skirt, of the denim pants, I held on to those because I really like that. I think it adds depth and it adds personality and character to the design. So even here. So I love that. Notice how I use the back pockets from some of the denim jeans as a side pocket here. And I did that on both sides, different types of jeans, all part of the process. And if you look closely, look at my belt loops. Those are belt loops that I literally took off of the jeans. So each belt loop is going to be a little bit different. Look at that, different, because I took them off of the different jeans and I wanted to do a little mixing and matching. So I love the way that came out, and I just turned it under and I hemmed it. There is a zipper in here and a denim button. So that part of the process may make it a little bit more, not really advanced, but kind of like more beginner confident, more, you know, kind of like in that area. You can always do a waistband if you prefer, making it a little bit bigger with an elastic waist. So then you can maintain a beginner friendly kind of garment. And the base pattern that I use, so in this particular case, I did use a base pattern. Now, of course, I made it my very own, but I used a base pattern. It is from Fiber Mood, and it's called the Marah, M-A-R-A-H skirt. There's more information. I have a short on this as well on my channel, but I'll try to remember to drop this link as well. So if you're interested in this particular pattern, you can get it. The instructions are really good. And I will say that Fiber Mood did a really great job as it relates to installing the zipper. They had a really great video. So if you've never done it, or if this is a sewing project that kind of trips you up a little bit as far as doing a zipper fly, they have a really great video that will walk you through it. So that's my second project, and guys, I love this. You can wear this with boots, you can wear it with tights, you can wear it without tights. This is a year-round garment. Wear it with anything. Layer it up, do whatever you want, and I love the length of the garment. It's really great. I also went back and did a little bit of top stitching. So I like the way that turned out. I see a piece of thread here. I'll grab that. There's always some thread, right, when you are sewing something. Okay, now, this is my latest project, and I think I know I have a short up on this with me in the jacket, and it is fully styled. This one I'm so excited about as well. I guess I'm excited about all of them, right? Now this one, I decided to not use stretch denim because I didn't need stretch denim for this particular project. It's a jacket. Oops, I guess I should unbutton it so I can actually put it on. I use denim type buttons for it. My little jean tag keeps popping up. Doesn't want to cooperate. Okay, so y'all, this is gorgeous. Let's start with the Ankara kind of prints. I wanted a little bit to kind of break up the denim, so I added a little Ankara here. I did a lot of top stitching. I'm going to take it off and bring it up closer so you can see it. And, you know, I reused the pockets. Here's a coin pocket that I reused there. And again, it just adds to the depth and the character of the jacket. Down here, normally the pockets would be like this, but I used pockets from the denim jeans that were donated. And you can see kind of how I put them in a slanted fashion, and notice how my hands slide in so incredibly easy into the denim, right? So that into my jacket, they're placed perfectly. And I really, really love that. The collar, mix and match the collar. And check out here, I even added Again, just because when you are a sewist, you can do whatever you want and whatever speaks to you. And just again, for a little character, I added a coin pocket there. I even added, for a little bit more character, I added one of the back pockets to the side. So let me share with you how the back of the jacket looks. I worked with another creative. About a year ago, I asked Joshi, Styles by Joshi, to create a patch for me. And y'all, this is what he did. I was waiting for just the right project, and this one was just that project for me. So let me let you have another look at that. I placed it where I felt made the most sense, and it is gorgeous, and I get so many compliments on it. So let's look closer at some of the details. A lot of top stitching, and I used a contrasting denim thread when I did the top stitching. There's the little coin pocket. There's the pocket on, let me hold that so you can see it. The pocket on the sleeve, and the little coin pocket on the collar. Even on the collar, I kept the distressed pieces of the denim. And you notice that on all of my, mostly the denim skirt and this one, my denim pieces are all different sizes. When you are upcycling, there is no right or wrong way. You do whatever speaks to you, what you feel in the moment. I will tell you that if you're using larger pieces of denim that you're piecing together, it's a little bit easier of a project. The smaller pieces you piece together, it's perfectly fine. It's just going to take you a little bit longer to get through the entire make. On the inside of the jacket, I serged all of the edges, and I made sure that they were ironed really nicely, nice and flat. Let me see, what else can I tell you guys? The denim buttons that I used, the top stitching on the placket, the back pocket that I used for my front pocket, the little pops of the Ankara. So I love that. And then the patch that I used in the back. I am a proud member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and this really is very, very special to me. So those are my upcycle project. And like I said, I did a shirt and I forgot to bring it in. I'll share that with you guys another time. But I did write down some tips that I wanted to share with you guys because I think it will be helpful in your journey. Separate your stretch denim from your non-stretch denim. I recommend not mixing and matching. So this one, the denim is all a non-stretch. My skirt was all a stretch denim. And for me, that worked perfectly because I'm curvy. I wanted the skirt to fit me well. I wanted to feel comfortable moving, sitting, dancing in the skirt. I didn't need that with the jacket. I made the jacket a little bit more oversized because it is a jacket. I want to be able to wear a sweatshirt underneath or a crop top, whatever you want, anything in between. Preserve your pockets and hems. Use those as you're cutting out your denim, deconstructing your denim pants. Take your time and go around all of the pockets because you want to try to preserve that original stitching. Look, that's all original stitching. You want to preserve that. So be careful as you're cutting things out. And remember to even hold on to waistbands because they can be used in a very neat way in your upcycling projects. Okay. Spread the project over a couple days, y'all. This is not one of those projects where you pick up your fabric and you just cut it out and you start sewing. You basically, in the upcycling and the deconstruction process, you are creating a new textile, so to speak. You're creating new fabric. So once I started piecing together the different squares, triangles, rectangles, etc., serging, pressing them all down, and you lay it all out, that's your fabric. But it takes time to get from what was once denim pant to what is now your new fabric, your new piece of canvas, basically, for you to be able to create whatever it is that you want to create. So take your time, spread it out. I did this over a couple days, kind of interspersed it with other things because could I have done this from the beginning to the very end? I honestly don't think so. I don't work like that. I'm one of those sewists that I like to sew in like 1 hour, 2 hours stints, maybe go for a walk, do some other work, whatever the case might be, and then I'll come back into it. So do whatever speaks to you, but for me, I wanted to spread it out over a couple different days. Prepare to do a lot of vacuuming. So when my husband walked in and he saw all of the jeans deconstructed, I had over here one pile of stretch pieces, one pile of non-stretch pieces, pockets over here, waistband. I had separated it all over the floor, the thread that I had pulled out. It was a mess in here. So be prepared to vacuum. It's going to be a mess. It's part of the journey. Just, don't take it too seriously. Let's see, what else did I have? Oh, make sure that you wash and dry your denim before you get started. I recommend hot water because if they're going to shrink, you want them to shrink before you piece them together and before you begin sewing. So I washed everything. There's no right or wrong way. Be creative, do you, have fun with it. No one can tell you did it the wrong way because it's your special design. I think those are use fabric appropriate thread. What do I mean by that? So with any sewing project, if you're sewing silky garments, you want to make sure that you're using the right type of thread and the right size needle. So I made sure that I was using a denim needle. You can buy these inexpensively at any of your haberdashery, your fabric stores. My Amazon link is linked below. You can find them there. And make sure that you're using really strong thread in your serger and also in your sewing machine. I use Gudemans. I get it when it's on sale and I just buy a whole bunch of it all at once. That's what you see behind me. Sew and press. You sew a seam, you press a seam. And with the denim, because you're working with bulky material, I recommend using a really good iron. My iron of choice is the Oliso. I have this also linked in my Amazon store, but use whatever speaks to you. The gravity-fed ones, I understand, are even better. I've never used one. I've always had an Oliso. This was a big treat for me. I love it. I love that particular company and their business practices and customer service. A clapper. So this is a game changer. This is a clapper, also linked in my Amazon store. And so when you press a seam, while it is still nice and warm, as soon as you take the hot iron off that seam, put your clapper down on top of the seam and just let it sit for a few minutes. What happens is that heat radiates in and out of the clapper into your garment. And when you lift it up, you have the most amazing, beautiful, crisp seams. So a clapper is a game changer, inexpensive. You'll find that in my store as well. And then the final thing that I wanted to leave you guys with is use anything that you have on hand. So for me, I started with my husband's denim jeans. I went out and I went in my rooms and I'm like, what is it I'm not using? I want a new fresh vibe. So I used an old blanket and made a completely reversible quilted coat. Use what you have. You can use old sheets, pillowcases. I've already said quilt, denim jeans. If you have old shirts that you're using, you can make those shirts into something completely different. So just feel comfortable mixing and matching different types of garment pieces, fabric, and that sort of thing, but use what you have in your home. Don't be afraid to ask friends if they have jeans or old blankets or old sheets. You will be surprised because we all have stuff. We all have stuff that we don't want and we need to get rid of. And so they will be happy to give it to you. And so you really don't have to spend much money at all on those kinds of things. So those are really the things that I wanted to share with you about my upcycling journey. It's been a truly fun journey. It's one that I definitely recommend, incredibly earth-friendly. Guys, it is a sustainable project and activity. Like I said, so many of our ready-to-wear garments and even scraps of fabric end up in the landfill, right? And they stay there for years and years and years. And honestly, it's not years. It stays there forever, especially if those particular fabrics and synthetics, they're synthetic and not natural fabrics in any fibers, but in any case, in any event, we want to try to reduce the garments that are thrown into the landfill and into dumps. And so by repurposing and using them and making them into something that's fresh and new, it saves that. It's incredibly earth friendly and earth conscious. So I encourage you, it feels so good at the end of the day when not only have you made something that you love, but you've created the canvas, you created the new textile for that particular garment. So that is all that I have for you guys today. I thank you guys so much for listening. I wish you luck in your upcycling journey. Please tag me or let me know when you have an upcycling journey here on TikTok. Here on YouTube, TikTok as well. On Facebook or Instagram, you will find me on all of those social media sites. And those links are going to be below as well. Please tag me. I will reshare your garment. I love to celebrate in your journey. Y'all, let's get busy in the upcycling world. This has been Byrd, Yoga Byrd Sews, and thank you guys so much for listening to this and being here today. Let me do my little heart. It takes me a moment. See that? Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Don't forget, subscribe and share. Appreciate you guys so much. Bye-bye for now.